Hi, Dorian. How about introducing yourself and tell us about the company that you put together here?
Yeah, for sure. My name's Dorian Heathcote. I'm currently 21 years old, and my second year of college, I decided that I wanted to start my own fitness apparel company. So it's known as Silence Apparel, and
Yeah,
it's based around the phrase "work in silence, let the results speak." The website is silenceapparel.shop.
very cool. Now, how did you come about, putting this company together? Why apparel? Why not something else?
So a couple of years ago, I started at the gym, and I saw these guys wearing this hardcore gym gear, and I decided I fell in love with it so much, just wanted to go and make my own. And with going with my dad, me and my dad just we worked together and coming up with an idea based around the term silence, because everyone's at the gym on their phones and stuff, trying to posting on Instagram, showing all their gains, but me and him are just in the back there, just doing our own thing in silence, and that's what made me start the company.
That's amazing. I like your products. Now, what were the steps you've taken in getting to your company up and running?
So the first step was designing a product that I actually liked, because I figured if I didn't like the product, then I wouldn't be motivated to sell it to anyone. So I started around just a logo, which is just the word silence compressed into just a mini logo, I guess. So yeah, so I fell in love with the logo, and then I just started designing just on my laptop, just in my own time, in between classes, whenever I found just an extra minute. And so then after I found a design that I enjoyed, I started to test products. I got in contact with a bunch of manufacturers and tried to find the best price for myself as a student in college. So didn't have much of a budget to start with. So yeah, I just shopped around, find the best products I liked. Just wanted to start with something simple like t-shirts and tank tops. And then after I found these products, I started to make a little bit of inventory and just personally sell the products at my gym. I start training with guys I've never talked to before. They would see my shirt and ask about it, or I just tell them about it sometimes, and they'd become interested and fall in love with the product too. Then once I got the exposure of my brand, it started to become very motivated. Seeing people just like my product that I designed all by myself. So then I started to generate a small amount of investment back. Nothing significant, but it's very motivating, and it just kept me wanting to go further and further with it.
What are the latest products you have right now?
The latest are just coming out now. I think you can see here, I got new products I got brand new sweatshirts. I got track pants, multiple different types of sweaters, especially getting into the colder season right now. And yeah, I'm just working on just smaller things like hats and socks. And of course, I got to get into face masks now too. So getting into those as well.
Are you finding certain colors sell more than others, or
Definitely. This baby blue sweater that we have, it's going off the racks. Everybody seems to love it. So
that's
yeah,
good? So now you're going to think about color choices for other
for sure.
products, right?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
All right. Now, what were the challenges you might have faced, kind of getting to where you are right now?
Well, the first challenge when just starting out was determining what target market I wanted to aim at. As I had very little investment into the early phases, I had to really specify who I wanted to sell to. So although I knew I was focused on strict like fitness, I had to narrow down even more. So I began by selling just to people close to my age, and as I could relate to them, it was probably the easiest way to personally sell to them. So that was the first challenge, was just finding that audience to sell to. And then the second challenge was just selling the product, because anybody can go ahead and make a shirt and try and tell people why they should buy theirs over someone else. But so that was definitely a challenge at the beginning. But how I overcame that, I decided I can't just sell a product, I have to sell a brand. So instead of just trying to sell someone a t-shirt to wear to the gym, I started to sell the brand as work in silence, let the results speak. So while people are in the gym or anywhere, just posting on social media, showing all their gains and everything they've accomplished. My brand shows that you don't need to go ahead and brag about everything and care about the likes and the follows and stuff. It's just about all the work you do behind the scenes, and you let the results speak for yourself.
That's amazing. I love that.
Thank you.
Now, when you were putting this together, did you have a timeline? And, did you have like a budget to start off? If somebody your age looked at your video and say, you know what, I want to do what Dorian has done, and I want to have, open my own company, maybe not apparel, but maybe give them an idea of what that timeline looks like, as well as some sort of a budget.
Okay. So yeah, I didn't have a timeline per se, but I definitely had a budget. So I started in March 2019 with this company, uh, while I was also roofing and in school. So it came third to everything else. So just in my spare time was the only time I had for the startup of the company. With roofing, I was able to generate roughly around $3,000. I had liquid to invest into my company. So I saved up about that $3,000, and designing was fairly cheap. It was just getting the inventory to have something to sell. So I spent pretty much all the budget just on having inventory, because in order to sell merchandise, you have to have the merchandise, of course. So that was the beginning. So I started with just t-shirts and tank tops, very low budget. And with all the money I could like scrounger up at the end, I decided to start running the website as well, because I knew personal selling, just merchandise, wasn't going to be a long-term success plan.
That's wonderful. Now, what suggestions would you give to individuals who want to do this? So now they understand some form of a budget, and they're working within the timeline that you had. But what other suggestions would you share with them that they need to be aware of so they don't kind of stumble along as well?
So my first suggestion, and probably one of the biggest ones, is make sure it's something you care about. If you're trying to sell something that you don't care too much about and don't have a worry about it, then people are going to see right through you. No one else is going to want to buy it either. So make sure it's a product or service that you're passionate about. Also, success isn't overnight. I feel like I still have a long way to go till I can call it success, but the start of it was very difficult, a lot of challenges. You have to have a strong mindset. If you give up easy, might not be for you. You might want to work for someone else instead. So you definitely have to expect mess ups when starting your business, but you have to use those mess ups to learn from them and keep striving forward and to strive for success. Another point I'd like to mention is set your goals. Set your daily goals, set your yearly goals, set your 10-year goal. Just if you have those goals, then you have something in the back of your mind to always work towards, and that's half the battle. And finally, don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Going to college, going to university, you already know investing in yourself. It's a big investment, but it's one that you won't regret at all. And I guess just an additional point is make sure you ask questions. Ask anyone any questions, whether it's just a friend, family, just a stranger. Ask questions, get different points of views. Don't have tunnel vision.
Thank you so much. This is great.
Thanks.
All right. So that's pretty much it for me.
So yeah, in the end, I just like to thank my father for the motivation and getting me to where I am. If it wasn't for him, I would have never started this business. So thank you to my father, and my mother, of course. She's always there helping me, even just after the gym, just making me my meals. And my gym itself, Zane Watson, he's basically my like icon that I look up to, my idol. So I'd like to thank him as well, and thank you for having me. Really appreciate it.